Ladies and gentlemen, now we are in the last segment of the day. It might be last, but not the least. We want to hear the wisdom and the voice of the audience back on the stage. Our expert panel of the day, Håkan Kingstedt, Chairman, Sweden-India Business Council, Aakriti Samaiyar, Youth Representative, who has a background from KTH Energy Engineering and UC Berkeley Environmental Economics, Pranav Kosuri, the CEO and co-founder for Brandie and co-founder for Flic, board member of SIBC, and Verena, Adamheit, senior business developer, Swedish Energy Agency. So how are you feeling? Is my question to all of you. How are you feeling now?
First of all, excited.
Okay, great.
Inspired.
Energized.
Overwhelmed.
Wow. I think with those 4 words, I'll let you do the conclusion. And before you leave the stage, I will just come and say thank you again, of course, to all our partners. So I'll get back to you in 10 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think what comes to my mind is that the triple helix model have grounded. We have been spoken about that for many, many years. We have shared it. I think it has been adapted. So that's a great thing, how to work forward. I also think about the Industry 4.0. I would like to add fossil-free, to send that message for next week's meeting. Thirdly, it's so important to combine technology with people. Getting people aligned, getting people in. We talked about having attractive production lines, using smartness. People's value need to be respected. I think that has come up from different participants in today's meeting, which I think it's the combination of both are extremely important. We spoke about data, and we talk about data. How should we use it? What is the security about it? Does data have a value? For me, as a business person, if you could sell it on the stock market, you know, it has a value. And probably take it into your P&L account, then it has a value. That adds the value to the company's profit. It may happen. It may happen. Right now, it's used for technical solution and technical development and so on. And question from my side, of course we could gather data, enormous numbers of data, but is it useful? Well, honestly, I don't know. Probably parts of it is, but maybe not everything. I think also the development on the safety side, on safety on roads, has been addressed very nicely, and it's a high priority. Was a little bit shocked about that 40% of the accident happens with 2- and 3-wheelers. Was not worried about that at all. And we focus very much about the cars, the trucks, the train system. We need to get, at least ask the industry to be part of that side as well. Then it was very interesting to hear the India-Sweden Health Innovation Center about what our Business Sweden team are doing in India. And one part there was also skilling. Remember now, skilling is one thing. I think we need reskilling whole our lifetime. So system for reskilling are important as well. We also need to lift the circular economy. And I think I just end with the storage. We talk about the energy storage, you know, and we add the data storage on that. So storage in some way is a very important factor we need to address. I think I'll leave it for that.
Thank you, Håkan. I think that was a fantastic recap of a wonderful day. I would like to add that, you know, as a youth representative, that it's a very, very exciting time to be in the technological and the innovation space. My generation, I feel like, sustainability, technology, innovation, it's kind of inbuilt into us. It's not just a form of PR or personal branding, it's very much, in our blood. And so it's really exciting to be at the forefront of this kind of panel. One thing I would like to address is, I think, in a way, we need to reassess the way that we're assessing how well we're progressing. So I think we have a tendency maybe to sort of combine business jargon with a number. So, Industry 4.0 or ESG 2.0 or 5G, 6G. And so there's this perception that we're moving forward. But I think we do need to sort of reevaluate it and make sure that, we are sort of still connecting with people, making sure those aspects are still there. But besides that, I think we've done a fantastic job. And I'd like to thank all the panelists that we've had today. And to Pranav.
Yeah, I think it was a super fun day. I've been part of the India-Sweden tech community for quite a long time now. I think almost from the very beginning. And why I said energized is because it feels like there's so many things happening now. And it feels like now it's actually starting to take off. That's one of my takeaways from this session is that, government are doing a lot of things. Both governments are doing a lot of foundation works to set different processes. We see, and coming from an entrepreneurial background, we see that both Sweden and India are focusing a lot on startups. India now have, I think it's the third most unicorns in India right now, and catching up to Sweden. Sweden has been a lot maturer in the startup community before, so there have been a lot of there are opportunities to learn, but India is catching up rapidly. And I think just coming back to that this is just the start. It's a lot of talk, we hear a lot, but being in this system, I see that things are actually moving forward, which is really, really good. And I encourage startups that are listening out there to actually reach out to these organizations that have been part of this, this event, SIBC being one of them, which is really good on actually bringing together people. Because I think the key point, if you should take away something from this event, is collaboration is key. And I think that's super important. But fantastic event. Sanju, what an amazing host, and SIBC and all the other partners that have been here. Just wonderful. I talked about it in the beginning, saying that we should celebrate the efforts that are being made and we should lift them up. And I think this event is one crucial part of that celebration. Sorry, now Sanju is coming up to
my name, so I said I must come up and listen, of course, and join you maybe at the end. Yes.
So, of course, a big thank you even from my side. And when I said I was overwhelmed, it's because of all the success stories, the startup pitches, the role models, the triple helix, Håkan, you mentioned it, to see that it really works. So that was fantastic to hear. So what do I take with me from this day? It's three things, actually. It's walk the talk, it's cooperate, and the real magic happens if you share visions and values, and if you look into the same direction and act responsibly, then you really can fly. And I absolutely hope that this spreads to Glasgow next week.
I think with those words, we definitely would like to call this a day, and I think you've really expressed, and really thankful for all your insights, collaboration, for taking that step of stepping inside the audience's shoes and bringing your insights and opinions, and of course sharing that. The day has been, of course, full of sharing. It's been really eventful. But before I close the day, I really want to say a big thank you to my team, who have worked really hard for a long time to put this together. It's a huge program. And the technical team behind, I hope I hear an applause from them, maybe at some point. There, okay, yeah, good. I hear that. For doing a fantastic job, and it was a seamless production today, so I'm really happy about that. And of course, it goes without saying that none of this would have been possible without our partners. And I would really like to mention them: the Embassy of India, Sweden-India Business Council, Confederation of Indian Industry, Startup India, L&T Technology Services, Swedish Energy Agency, Saab, Emirates, Volvo, King, Kalpataru, Art Park, Embassy of Sweden in New Delhi, Swedish Institute, Vinnova, Business Sweden, Kaizen Communications, Combient, and Stockholm, the capital of Scandinavia. So yeah, I mean, having said that, yeah, I just think that heading towards COP, it's great to imagine. I would like to hear more about planetary goals. I would like to lift this whole discussion to another level, and I also hope that it's also more nature positive goals, that when we think of that we are not alone in this planet, there are others, and how do we share this vision together with them. I think that would be taking that next milestone or that step, and going back to what Gandhiji did. You know, he was a true innovator and he really broke. So if we can, you know, even start envisioning ourselves that we are sharing this planet with many other beings, and how do we then create a value system that is good for everyone? I think then we have reached a new level, and I would love to see that. Thank you very much for today.